YouTube, how we doing? Pass the prop back here yet again. We're rolling here, small slate across the board. Join as always, Stu. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. A little under the weather yesterday, but beyond that, can't complain too much. Kind of a chill sports weekend, but there's a lot of stuff. Obviously, basketball, college, NBA, the Olympic stuff. Was obviously, I don't know if you woke up at 8 a.m. I did not, but a lot of good sports stuff. So solid weekend, can't complain.
Yeah, no, I don't get sick like ever, and I got sick for the first time in probably like 2 years on Saturday when I was, of course, up by my parents who I haven't seen in a couple months, or I haven't seen in like a month or so, and of course I get sick right when I'm up there, dude. It was rough. So. Yeah, I'm not used to it. So like getting like like those chills and shit, dude, it was just really weird. I'm not used to it.
Yeah. I mean, there's different levels to it. You get a little cold or whatever, that's one thing, but actually getting like sick and that sucks. I had that a little bit ago with like the flu that was going around where I was like, oh damn, I haven't actually been like sick in a while, like you feel a little bad here and there. Like yesterday I was all right. It's just like, but every once in a while you really get hit with it and you get reminded of how nice it is to do simple things like breathe without problems.
I know, dude. And just talking and just average shit that you just want to do. But yeah, let's talk about the weekend. We can talk about the weekend here a little bit. Yeah, dude, I feel like there was a lot of upsets this weekend. We had the Kansas big upset in college basketball.
Yeah,
that was crazy. That one was absolutely absurd. I have no idea what is going on with that, but I still see that Darren Peterson's still projected to be number 1 overall pick. I still am seeing that places. But my boy,
I have some AJ at plus 300. I think it's down to plus 200 now, but I still think that's good for number 1 pick. Obviously, you don't know who's going to have the pick, so that adds some question marks to it. But I agree. I mean, everyone's calling him DNP right now, right? I mean, and for people that don't know, Peterson, guy's projected to be huge, number 1 overall pick, great scoring guard. But the guy's been like taking himself out of games. He conveniently has missed a couple games being sick against very good teams and then played the next game against not as good. So there's some questions like what's going on with this guy? He's got like load management in college, and is he injured? Is he not injured? Like, I don't know. All I know is I only saw positive tweets about him up until about a month ago. And then for the last 2 weeks, I've not seen a single positive tweet about, all negative. So maybe he'll shut people up. I saw his dad posted on Instagram that better late than never, some shit like that. Because they have a big game next, right? I think they're playing Arizona or something like that. Or
no, they played tonight. They played tonight against Houston.
Okay, Houston. There we go. That's the good team. So maybe he comes alive tonight. Maybe he gets his stock back or something. But it'll be an interesting storyline to follow.
Yeah, I mean, this is brutal. That's a brutal fucking matchup. Houston's gonna be pissed, after losing to Arizona. But like, fuck, yeah, man, that's a tough little stretch that Houston's got there, right? They had that Big 12 is no joke, man. It is no fucking joke. The top 6 in that conference are just so good. The reason I say 6 is because my boy AJ is out there putting up fucking numbers. I wish I would have got the 300 like you did on that first overall, because I think he's going 1 for sure, dude, for sure.
Yeah, he's a beast. He is absolutely a beast. And even I don't watch like that much college, but just seeing him out there, you're like, oh yeah, this guy's gonna be pro ready. Like he's the guy I have the least amount of questions about. Although I guess outside shooting, you don't 100%, but like he's just great. Like I got no problems. And I mean he's been great since like high school too, But that's why everyone says this draft is stacked. Like there's a lot of tempting guys, like throughout the whole range, honestly.
Yeah, dude, pretty ridiculous. I was watching I was sick. I was sick on Saturday, and I still found a way. I'm like, dude, I got to at least watch this first half. That dude is just the best player on the floor. I don't think you could put somebody else out there and be better than him. That's the thing, is the dude literally had like 5 assists in the first half, 5 boards, 12 points. Ended up with like 29, 11, and 9 against Iowa State. Like, that's crazy, bro. And that's like a number 6 team in the country, and he was fucking babying dudes. It was pretty wild, and I definitely will have to put that. I'll have to go put that bet in myself on the first pick overall.
Yeah, and honestly, as someone that's in contention, like with DC, that's all my Twitter feed. DC draft guys, everyone talking about it, and like if I have the pick right now, I think I'm taking AJ. So and I feel like DC, we like those athletic guys, we like the wings. That's what they did with the Thunder. I mean, I think that would be our pick if I had to guess, but we'll see. Obviously, there's still a lot of time. I mean, it doesn't seem like it, but like big games matter the most. You see it in every draft. If you show up against really good teams when it matters the most, you're going to get a boost in your stock. So maybe he can make people forget Peterson can all those negative tweets if he takes over the second half. But and I thought it was funny, AJ too, when he got asked about playing 40 minutes. It seemed like they were kind of baiting him a little. He's like, "Hey, if you need me for 40, I'm playing 40," and that's the stuff you like to see as a fan. You want the guy you're drafting to play. So it's interesting. It'll be a good narrative to follow throughout the tournament, and then obviously when there's nothing but the draft to talk about.
No, for sure. Let's we'll get to your question here in a second, Thomas. We'll make sure we get to all that stuff because it's a short slate on NBA side. I have a college basketball bet on a short college slate as well. But I know Stu's got us covered with some long shots here. I guess you can take it away, Stu, if you have a game you want to talk about at all before we get into it. I mean, not a horrible slate in terms of like competitive games. That Pistons Spurs game is, I'm sure, what everybody wants to see. I mean, that's high level fucking basketball right there, dude. We got, the number 1 and number 2, right? I think in the Pistons are still number 1 in the East and Spurs are second in the West. And Spurs barely had to play yesterday? They played the Kings yesterday. They barely had to play, right? Or was that Saturday? I don't know if it was Saturday or Sunday, which day it was, but they blew them out to the point that it doesn't really matter. It wasn't even like a full game for any of their starters or anything. But I mean, that Spurs team's kind of nice. They got those pieces that kind of fit with Wemby pretty well, with Castle, and with Fox as well. So it's a tough team, but I mean, Pistons defense is legit. So I'm actually very curious to watch that. You have any thoughts on that game? Obviously, that would definitely be game of the night.
100% agree. We got a banger in terms of competitive teams. We don't see play each other. I'm excited for it. I think it'll be a good game. I mean, for props, it's kind of tough. Like you said, there are a lot of good options outside of Wemby, but like it's hard to bet. I rarely ever bet the Spurs because I'm going to take Castle, I'm going to take Fox, I'm going to take Keldon, I'm going to take Barnes. Like they have a lot of different guys that can benefit off of the gravity that Wemby kind of provides. I think the star players are probably the props I'd look at. Like Cade is obvious, but he's also at like 28 points or whatever. So it's kind of like it's a good scoring matchup because the Spurs will give you that midi and they'll kind of encourage you to go one-on-one. They're not going to like super blitz you or anything. So that'll be interesting. Like I think both teams will kind of play like more straight up. So that's good for star players. You're not going to see what, like I bet Wemby under against the Suns, right? Because every time he touches the ball, 3 dudes are there instantly. Like they're going to play Wemby pretty straight up, I'd imagine. Obviously he's going to help when needed, but like Durant's been good down there. They're going to trust him. So, and Isaiah Stewart is actually going to be missed in this game. People make fun of the guy for fighting. Fantastic defensive player, very switchable. His presence will probably be a little bit missed, but yeah, I like Wemby, and obviously Cade not as much because the number is kind of high, but should be a great game. I'm very excited to watch it and see those two teams square off because I can't tell how legit the Pistons are. Like I got a lot of Detroit family, so when I'm up there, I was watching every game for a while. I like the squad, but like I got questions when it comes to playoff time, but the East is also. I mean, they could win the East. Like, the East is not very strong. My thing is, I just don't think they make it past the Cavs. I think that's their real challenge.
Do you think that – and this is a question for obviously looking forward. We got a smaller slate, so we can talk a little bit more. I mean, I haven't seen a bunched-up group like this in terms of odds on winning the East that I've seen, like, probably ever, like, to actually make it to the final. I think that's crazy. This is, like – some odds that are a little bit tough. I'm trying to find the best one here to find the conference winner. There we go. I mean, it's what? Cavs, Celtics, Pistons, Knicks, all sub plus 400. If you had to put money on one right now, who are you going with?
Oh, I did it. The Cavs. It's the Cavs. in terms of I'm curious to hear your opinion on this after as well. But yeah, I had the same thought process. I'm looking at it. I'm going like, which of these or all these teams really do I believe in most in the playoffs? And I think for me, especially with their deadline moves, I like the Cavs. I obviously like what they can do in terms of defensive flexibility. Even we've already seen what Harden can do for a guy like Jared Allen. I mean, Jared Allen suddenly with Harden there looks like the best center in basketball, and it's not a surprise that like look how great Zubac's like counting stats were down there. Like he makes life easy for others. The thing I guess is just like Donovan Mitchell, we know he can step up, but like he's not very consistent. So obviously that can present issues, but I like Mobley being more aggressive. Like he's obviously been hurt a little bit, but they'll have time to get him back. So yeah, I like the Cavs squad, but I will say I think the team that's a little undervalued is the Celtics. We just don't know if Tatum's coming back. Like they mention him all the time. They say, yeah, but like, Missoula doesn't actually give any real info. So it's like, I don't know like how full strength they're going to be. And like, I'm not really as bought into their big man rotation right now with Vucevic and Quenta at center. Great defensive player. How do you say it again?
I think it's Niemus Queta.
Gotcha. Yeah, great defensive guy. But like he doesn't give you much on offense. You can completely ignore him. He's a putbacks, rim run, like there's not spacing. So I don't know. Like I don't know if I fully believe in the Celtics. But if Tatum comes back, they're the fucking Celtics with Tatum. So it's like that's scary. That's the team.
You gotta put that respect on Luka Garza, bro. You gotta put that Garza out there too. He's out there. He plays his 12 minutes and gets his 7 shots up. Yeah. So gotta respect that out there too. But I already have a bet on the Celtics. I told you this a couple months ago. I took them to win, and they were 12-1. Okay. So I have a 12-1 ticket on the Celtics. I probably won't be hedging that at any point, just because it's like 30 to win, almost $400. So I'm like, all right, I'm good with that. I threw a small one when I didn't know, and they were kind of leaning towards Tatum not coming back, and they were on like that 4 or 5 game losing streak in the middle of the year, where they were really sucking. So ended up grabbing it at that point. Just because obviously they probably the most talented or second most talented team in the NBA when Tatum's in there. Pritchard coming off the bench is just a fucking cheat code, man. That dude is so fucking good.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to see Pritchard getting his shine, and the way they're using him, they let him just run that second unit. I agree. I think the Celtics are the team I'm most scared of. Obviously, like the Knicks, like I'm just not bought in. Like Brunson has shown he can carry a big load. This is the OG Brunson fan show from back in the day. But like, I don't know. I don't see it with the Knicks personally. I could see it with the Pistons next year, but I don't know about this year. You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm just not quite there yet. I would love to see it though. I think it would be good to see a new face like that come up and contend, with Cade just proven to be, that guy, but like, he's going to he's proved he's regular season, that guy. Now you got to prove that you're that same guy in the postseason. And what if suddenly we're blitzing you all the time? We're sending a ton of pressure. Who's going to be the guy that takes the slack off of Cade? That's what I'm scared about as well. Like, obviously, they'd hoped when they drafted him, Jaden Ivey would be that guy. They've since traded, moved on, and now they've got like a rotation of guards that are like shooters, I guess. Like it's nothing that scary. So like, is Tobias Harris going to step up like Duran? He's got a guy that you need to assist him a lot of the time. He's not self-creating, so it's just kind of like, who's that guy? And I don't know what the answer to that is. So that's kind of why I'm not quite as high on them right now.
No, I agree. I think for the game tonight, though, I do lean into, maybe using Cade double as like a really cheap parlay piece. It's like -150, -160. So I don't mind throwing that with like the fucking Rockets against the tanking ass squad of Utah. Something like that. It's like -110, something like that. Even plus money on some books. Like, fuck. I mean, Cade's might play 38 minutes in this game, bro. Yeah, they've had a lot of decent amount of blowouts too lately, so you get to put those in those numbers as well. But that might be something I look into as like a little combo there. But yeah, I think it'll be a fun game. I know your favorite game of the night is probably not even that. It's probably what the shit show that is the Memphis Grizzlies. We don't even have to talk about the Houston game because that game is just a wreck, but we can talk this last one and then get into your bet. With the Grizzlies only 2-point favorites over the Kings, who have lost 16 in a row. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. It's a Wizards guy. It's like, fuck, we're losing this. We gotta keep losing. Like, we beat the Pacers twice. Everyone's like, we're not even tanking right. So I know the Kings are annoying. The weird thing is just like the Grizzlies. I mean, they're throwing out some real brutal lineups right now because I mean they're like half of the lineups out. We don't know who's going to play half these games. Ty Jerome is questionable. They obviously have not been playing him much. Their rookie has missed the last couple games. They just have a very Santi Aldama hits the questionable and then doesn't play. Like, it's very hard to kind of nail down who on this squad is going to actually go out there and get minutes. I kind of like Spencer just because he's always going to get that 20 to like 24 no matter what, whether bench starter, like whatever. He kind of gets in there and gets involved in the assist department. But yeah, this is just an ugly game. I don't really, I don't know. The Grizzlies are tough. I need some guy. I hate to be that guy. I don't mean it literally, but like for betting purposes, more people need to like be injured or like clearly distinctly out for me to have much of a Grizzlies opinion. I do think the other side, the Kings, have some solid guys. I think any of their bigs should be good in this game. Obviously, the Grizzlies are literally running a no center lineup at all. I think Thomas mentioned in the chat, where did he say it? Who's playing? Hendricks out there, who I actually did bet on a couple days ago in a revenge game against his former team, and he fucking sucks. Like, I see why they traded him there. So it's just a big man rotation of like nothing very intimidating, you know? So, I mean, I think all the bigs are going to have success. And if Keegan Murray plays, which they've been letting him play a decent amount, he could be a solid, like, threes ladder kind of candidate. But outside of that, it's just an ugly game. You know, it's hard to be too confident. I would not take any DeMar DeRozan overs. Obviously, I don't think he's going to play very much. They've been running him on the mega tank rotations here recently. So I'd be very careful with anyone above the age of 30. So no Westbrook, no DeMar DeRozan, and yeah, anyone else that qualifies. I guess like Walter Clayton on the other side is pretty solid because Pippen's out because he shoved or actually no, they didn't suspend Pippen. Never mind. Okay, I thought Pippen was going to be out, so I was going to try to get ahead of it with Clayton, but he actually might play. So yeah, I don't care. I'm just going to fade I don't have any need to bet the Grizzlies today.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, even if you go to Utah, bro, like I just saw Collier in a competitive game last game. We played 25 minutes there. Like it's like a lot of these teams are tough. I mean, you have what, two or three of the bigger tanking teams in the league playing tonight, which out of six, and two of them are playing each other that are actually trying. So there's one team that is the Rockets that is actually trying to win a basketball game tonight. But I guess that'll lead us right into your long shot. I have a college play, so I'll let you take away our only play from the NBA today, right here.
Yeah, I like Reed Shepherd over, or I guess 4+3s. It's plus 320 on FanDuel. I also like the 15 plus points as well. It's a little bit worse price, but yeah, Reed Shepherd. I mean, you guys know Reed Shepherd, little white guy shooter. He plays how he looks. You know what I mean? Obviously, hyped up to be, you know, huge prospect given his draft position. I would say I'm glad Washington did not draft Reed Shepherd. But hey, he's a bucket. He's kind of built. I would say Peyton Pritchard would be a good comp for him in terms of a guy that's going to come off the bench and put up some shots. He's averaging 6.3 3-point attempts despite only playing around 22 to 24 minutes a game this month. But I like the upside here in what should be a blowout, right? Like, is KD going to need to play 30 minutes in this game, 35 minutes in this game? Like, I mean, is Amen Thompson? I know he's young, but like, what's the point? Like, you're playing a team that sucks, one, even when they are trying, they suck. And then two, has really no incentive to try to win this game. The other thing is it looks like Keontae George and Lauri Markkanen might be playing for this. Which I guess means the game theoretically could stay a little bit closer, but those guys bring even less defense than anyone on the tanking roster that's trying to earn minutes in the NBA. Like that, Keontae is one of the worst defensive guards out there, and Lauri obviously a little bit better when he's trying, but they're not. Neither of these guys are really trying. Like the team is just it's a defensive shit show. They've been one of the best 3-point matchups in the league this year, and you get a guy who's already taking 6 to 7 threes a game in a more limited role that now should really have full permission to go out there, get a little bit bigger workload, get some more minutes, and really get an opportunity to put up a good game here. Because obviously, if you're a guy like Shepherd, these are the games you like live for. You know, when you're not a full-time starter and you're not getting full-time minutes, like when you can get, 28 minutes in a game, when you can get 30 and you can go out there and show what you can do, like, that's big, and Utah is like, I mean, there's really not a better matchup for a guy like this. So I like the upside. I like the opportunity. I like that, once again, we're seeing games where he's shooting 7 to 10 threes. He's gone over this twice this month in like relatively like normal minute, games for him. So I don't see why we wouldn't be able to get the upside in this game tonight. And like you said, I like Houston, like money line is like a parlay piece. I mean, even if the game gets close, Lauri's not playing that fourth. Like they don't want to win. You know what I mean? Like the goal is to lose. So even if they're looking good early, they are still going to pull the plug at some point. And once again, I don't see why, if you're Houston and you have a tedious schedule to end the year, how much does Sengun need to play? How much does Durant need to play? Like for me, it's just not that much. So, I like Reed Shepherd's upside. I think he has a good opportunity to be a good long shot candidate for today. Because I just think it's a boom or bust kind of bet. If he doesn't play much or he has a bad shooting game, then like 13 points, 15 points, it's probably going to be like 7. You know what I mean? So let's buy up a little bit. Let's target threes because that's what he does best. And shoot for a little bit of upside in a game that will probably be pretty ugly otherwise. And I would say the other thing before we move on, I'd be careful with the Utah side because people message me every day. I love Filipowski as much as the next guy. You know that. I'm a fan. If these other guys are back, they might not play that much. Like, why? Just be patient. You know what I mean? Like, Filipowski right now, I wouldn't play an under because you don't know for sure until the starting lineup comes out. But that would be the side I'm leaning. You know what I mean? Like, if these guys are actually back, then I really wouldn't want to be stuck there with an over on him when he's going back to bench minutes. But hey, that's why we have to wait for starting lineups for some of this because you really have no clue what they're going to do. But I believe I saw it's a Peacock game. Which means it's technically the televised game. So I think, especially after getting fined and Lauri having mysterious sickness, I bet he shows up, at least Lauri today, So we'll see what happens. But I would just have a little bit of caution betting that side of the ball until we get injury reports. Like, honestly, I almost played Ace Bailey under this morning because Ace Bailey is a catch and shoot 3 guy, right? That against a Houston team that has great wings and like great lockdown defense. And like if Lauri's back and George is back, then like the shot volume goes from like number 2 guy to like number 4 guy. It's just, NBA. If I make that bet now and they rule everybody out, fuck Peacock, we'll take another $100K fine. Then it's like, I don't want to be holding the bag. So, we'll be waiting for lineups for that.
Yeah. And I mean, dude, I mentioned to you, I had a couple long shots on Isaiah Collier. I think it was 28 points plus assists, and then 30 PRA, and they were both plus money spots. And I'm sitting here, and I'm like, okay, this should smash. And then they bring him in with only 3 minutes left in the game, right? They don't play him the entire fourth quarter till there's 3 minutes left in the game, and I'm looking at these numbers. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing, dude? He played 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Vince Williams, I never thought I'd see him getting almost as many minutes there. Right, Cody Williams has 38.
I hate Cody Williams.
What the fuck? Kevin Love so even getting minutes. What the fuck are we doing here, dude? Like, crazy, man. Crazy. So, yeah, this slate kind of embodies the reason I stopped playing NBA DFS, bro. Like, I don't want to have to sit by my phone until 5 minutes before lock to have to be like, oh, I got to switch the shit up. Like, luckily, last night I was my first time playing NBA DFS in a couple months because I was just around and I was able to lock in. I made 3 lineups. I had one that win. I almost took one down last night. And then my other 2 just automatically took a shit because Denny played 1 minute and decided he got hurt. So, yeah, he played 1 minute. And luckily, my other one had a shot. My other one was pushing towards the top of leaderboards. But then my other ones, obviously, of course, had Denny, who played 1 minute and said his back was bad.
I know. I love Denny, but I literally can't bet on him. Like, I haven't really this year. Maybe a long shot here and there, but like, man, he makes it so hard because he did this shit in Washington too. Like, most people aren't as used to it. I'm used to it. He had back spasms, like, and was questionable going into like every game. It's like, fuck, like, just a pain in the ass. So I feel you on that one. NBA DFS is not for the weak. It is a tough grind, man.
There's not much else you can say outside of that. It definitely is a grind on that shit, bro, especially with all that crazy stuff happening. But that is the NBA slate. I will take a quick left turn today into some college basketball spots on the slate. Before we get to bets, we got some big games tonight. I'll talk about the Louisville game here in a second. But have you been paying attention to any of the big games? We have Houston, Kansas tonight. In Fog Allen, they just got beat by like 15 to Cincy, which is just a bad loss. Houston coming out back-to-back losses, lost to Arizona on the weekend. And Arizona was hurt. They didn't even have Cole Pete, who's going to be a top 10 pick. He was out of that game too. Have you been watching any of these big time primetime games like that were on the big screen?
Yeah, I missed the Arizona one, but I did watch Duke, Michigan. So I did catch that one. I was going back and forth between UFC as well. I did watch that. And you had Boozer on the show. Obviously, you mentioned Boozer for under 21.5 points, did he cash that? I believe he did, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had 16 or something like that. Yep. So that was nice. I'm just trying to figure out what Boozer is. That's what I'm watching out there. And I'm just everyone's so high in him. And I think he'll be good. But it's do I see a star? Do I see not an NBA All-Star? I mean a star. Someone's changing your franchise. I'm not really. He kind of feels like a tweener too, a little bit. I don't hear that word used to describe him.
Yeah, because he was backing people down for most of his buckets.
And I'm this is college, sure, but who does
that against Isaiah Stewart, bro? That's who you're going to be matched up.
Exactly. Well, and I'm thinking of a guy that did this really well, and the whole internet's turned against, in Paulo Banchero, right? Who right now is one of the few kind of ISO heavy mid-range, attacks the paint and bullies people. The whole world hates this guy right now. His advanced stats are brutal. People spent the All-Star break shitting on him. I don't know. It's kind of is that the kind of player we want? I guess people are saying that Boozer's three-point shot is going to be translatable, and it seems like people believe that, hey, he's going to be a good three-point shooter. But it's all I'm seeing in college is him kind of bully balling people, and I don't know if that's I don't know. It's just I wouldn't pick him at number 1, number 3, 4, whatever, maybe, but I kind of even like the Houston guard, Fleming, more than him a little bit, just because defense creation, I don't know. But either way.
Yeah. You said, he's been bad defensively. I know that they've been trying to get him to put on some fucking weight. God damn, put some goddamn weight on, bro. Because he's just so small. And luckily, when you're on Houston, everybody else kind of takes the defense stuff for you. But yeah, dude, I just had this even on my new account, right, on my smaller account. I keep tweeting. I'm like, dude, why am I looking at minus 4,000 for this guy to be player of the year when AJ DeBanza is out here fucking putting up 25 a game as his average and damn near triple doubling these 3 games, dude? I'm just and this guy, I remember all the stuff that came up, but he was just tweeting that, that he's the most consistent piece on the best team. I'm like, that's all it takes now to be the best player in the country. I'm taking advantage of 1-on-1 against anybody. Maybe Peterson if he plays. I don't know, but I mean, I've literally just watched him cook Iowa State, bro. And Iowa State is a good fucking basketball team. He put up 35 on Arizona, right? Which Fleming really struggled with, and he put up almost 30 on Houston. This guy does whatever the fuck he wants. And I'm watching these pull-ups and stuff, just creating your own shot, pull-up. I'm like, that's just mean, man. That's just mean. I do really like Fleming, though. I just hope he puts on some fucking weight, man. Mm-hmm. I might put a bet on him tonight. It's just, God, dude, they're on a 2-game losing streak. You got to think that he's got to put something up because, God damn, they are on a losing streak right now. I'm probably, if they get to more than 10-1, I'll probably bet them to win the title. So,
yeah, who's that guy that takes 10 threes a game? Maybe you bet him. The
stupid ass Sharp.
There we go.
Fuck
yeah,
that guy, bro.
I mean, man, he's got to get his shots up.
That's the honestly, dude. I wouldn't hate Houston losing tonight. I'm seeing him at 9-1. Some of these places, if they lose tonight, I'm immediately going to bet them.
Okay,
to win the title for sure. So, Um, yeah, it's been an interesting week in college basketball, that's for sure. But dude, I just like when you watch someone, you're just like, holy shit, dude, how is this dude fucking 19 and just cooking these dudes? Like Iowa State's old as shit, and I literally just watched the first half, and I'm like, dude, this guy is just crazy, man, just crazy. I'm like, I don't know if I'm just biased now that I have like 3 bets on him now, but I'm like watching this dude. It's just he's freakish, bro. His arms are so long. He's playing defense now. It's pretty much their entire offense, pretty much. So,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The thing is just, I think team success just matters a lot to this stuff and to these voters. And like, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the historical trends, but it just, with the way the market is, it seems like that's just what it's going to be,
Oh yeah, for sure. I know. Yeah, I think he has 2 triple doubles this year, and then he's at one rebound away again from another.
I was going to say he's been real close these last couple of games. And
yeah, he had one like last month, 2 months ago. He had a triple double too. So
before we get off this, and I know you're going to go talk about another draft guy. I want to say the one draft guy that's in the top, 8-6 hype that's getting love that I don't like is that Illinois guy. What starts the W? Wagler. I don't like. He's cool. It's good what he's doing, but I do not believe in him as a translatable NBA player. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if his name was Wagnovosevic, I would believe in him more. That's the way it is. But the athleticism is just like, how is he going to get to the paint in the NBA? Like, I don't know. So I'm out. I'm not out. It's so early. I'm not out on anyone. But in terms of early people I like, and I would not want to pick him with like the 4th pick in the draft, which is kind of he's in like the 4 to 7 range from a lot of stuff I'm seeing right now.
Which is crazy, bro.
He's shot up the charts this year. Like he's been getting a lot of love from the draft community because he's young as hell too, right? I believe he's a freshman as well, or at least super young. So I don't know. And I know you're going to talk about a freshman year second. I think that's one of the reasons this draft is so stacked is that these guys are good and they're young.
Yeah, and the thing with Wagler is like you have to think like, I mean, not that it's bad that he wasn't getting any offers out of college and he must have, or out of high school, that he must have just like not had, as much AAU time or whatever, but you think those guys are probably looking to translate it too. And there's just not that many dudes that go like that, that get completely missed. Obviously his frame makes it a little tougher too, but he's good, man. He's good. It's just, I don't know if he's a top 20 pick is what everybody's saying he is. But I will talk about one of them, another guy that's in the conversation in that top 10. I'm going to Michael Brown of Louisville, over 30.5 points, rebound, assists, minus 115 right now. And that could be my play of the day here for our Past Prop basketball show. I've been very impressed since he's come back, right? I mean, my favorite part about watching him is, obviously the dude fucking shoots the 3 ball very, very well. But also, I looked at his splits, home road splits, and I thought it was kind of funny because the dude's averaging 3 more points per game on the road this year. He's averaging like 20 points per game on the road in these spots. And obviously he has to travel to North Carolina tonight to take on the Tar Heels. I also think that this is a game where, might come down to, free throws late. You like having a guy like him be able to hit those free throws when you need them. I think Louisville fucking puts it on them, dude. Honestly, I see the line just keep moving more towards them. And I'm like, I was surprised that it was 3 in the first place because that team without Wilson is just like they're average, bro. And Louisville needs to win this. They're tied with North Carolina in the conference, so like this is a big game. And I get it. It's him on the road in this spot, but shit, man, I think Louisville comes out here and just puts on a clinic. Their offense is very, very good. It's him and Conway pretty much doing their thing. But I think for me, biggest thing, close spread. Kind of keep it within 10. We've seen him since he came back from his injury because obviously he missed like a full month. I believe it was right when they came back and played Duke. I think that was around that time, which was end of last month. So he's had about 9 games in between there, and we have yet to see him. I think over his last 6, he has over 30 minutes played, which is very important in these games. He played 34 in a game that they won by 40 against NC State. But just volume, right? Also, you can add that in there. Georgia Tech in their last game, just kind of he struggled last game in that one. But 35 minutes against SMU, 35 against Baylor, 34 against NC State and Wake. In those three middle games, SMU, Baylor, NC State, 29, 29, 45, and that's just the points. So this dude is a big-time scorer, is able to get in there whenever he needs to. And also, the two games that he did not hit this number, which was the Wake and Georgia Tech, he only took 10 shots in those games. And, when you look at these, look at some of these spots, it's like, damn, dude, why are we not getting this guy the ball? Why, and I think this is a spot where you get him on the road. You're in North Carolina. You got to get this win. And you're starting to see him kind of turn into, that sophomore already, right? He's got enough games under him. It's not like this is an early game where you might get kind of, a little gun shy, right? Where you get a little gun shy, you're going to a ranked team. But, yeah, I think this is a spot where I'm definitely rolling with him. Probably the best player on the court anytime he's out there. And like I said, ACC ain't that good, bro. So, like, these are the types of games I want to get to. These teams, high 80s total, mid 80s total, team total for Louisville. I think Michael Brown's a big part of that.
Yeah, I have a question. Do you like 21.5 points as well? Because the combos aren't really that available from what I'm seeing. Like offshore and Rivers a little bit, but
I have it on DraftKings right now.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Yeah.
It's not popping up on my.
He's it's only him and one other guy.
But would you take points as well, or?
Yeah, I would. I just like the assists upside because I know Conway likes to shoot the basketball, and I think that's going to be having just in case he does have that 13 to 15 shot attempt game. I like having that as an option there. Yeah, I can pull up my screen. I think it's minus 120 now, minus 125 now on DraftKings, but it's under my combos here. I'll pull it up. Yeah, it's under my Illinois one here. So 31 and then Conwell's 27 and I don't even hate that one either. But yeah, it's on DraftKings. I'm only seeing those two guys. So obviously it's not like a crazy high one there, but if you can grab the 30.5, I like that. Yeah. I think if I had to, I would definitely roll with the point options there because, North Carolina's best guy being Besar, being a big definitely helps when, you're going to be having these Trimble guarding him. Like I'm good with that. Give me these dudes. I think they're going to get wiped.
Sounds good. I'll have to tune in. It sounds like we had a good college slate with only 3 games in the NBA tonight. Like I said, I'll be watching the Spurs one, but outside of that, I mean, definitely some good opportunities to get caught up on some college ball with some big games today. Yeah,
and the thing is the 2 games we talked about are like the only 2 games. Like I think it's only 9. Right. I think it's only 9 games today in college, which is wild, absolutely wild. But obviously some good ones. So they do it for made for TV action, which is, always good. But we get Louisville, North Carolina, and then obviously Kansas, Houston, which will be 2 very good basketball games, 2 obviously ranked matchups. So it should be fun. I'm excited to take a peek and hopefully win a couple bets.
Yeah, no. The last thing I'll say, I told you right before the show, I bet on the Conway guy before the game to have 17.5 points, only like, a couple bucks on it. And I saw a rumor that apparently his girlfriend broke up with him, but now everyone is debating these rumors on Twitter. So I was going to bring it up, but I don't even know how true this is anymore. So I don't know if anyone else saw that. I assume they did. I saw at least one person send in my Discord. I would just be careful. Apparently he reposted his girl on his story today or something like that. Once again, I don't know if this is true. This is way too much to actually check it out. But I do like following stupid shit like this. So, we'll see if this matters or not. If his girl broke up with him, maybe he's going to go out there, put up 30, or maybe he's going to absolutely suck and be all sad. Or this could all be a lie. Twitter lies to you all the time, but I do think it's a kind of funny storyline. I'm curious if we get more, one of these Barstool videos about it or some shit like that, because I don't know. It's college students, they're real people at the end of the day too.
And if it makes you feel any better, you did get some CLV. I'm seeing minus 175 for him to have 17.5 points. So if you, it's probably all of Twitter checking the girlfriend's posts too with you. So they're all on that and be like, all right, we got to do this. We got to get on there too. So I did see that. If that makes you feel any better, you want to get that early pat on the back. You did get you did get the CLV.
I'll just double up. But the tweet I saw last night had 2K views. It has 275,000 views now. So I think a lot of people have seen it and now like they're betting it too, So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it's always the narratives are fun, I don't think you should ever bet any real money based off of this, but it's good to if you want to be entertained when there's 3 games in the NBA, 9 games, it's a fun little thing to watch. But yeah. That's about it. I like our spots for today, even though a small slate. I still think we found a couple winners on here.
Yes, sir. Let's do a quick recap, and then we can take a peek. I think there's a couple things in the chat as well. So let's get a quick recap on here.
Sounds good. I almost said Sterling Shepard. We got Reed Shepard, not the wide receiver, not the slot wide receiver. Reed Shepard, 4 threes, plus 320 over on FanDuel for a long shot. Like I said, I do like points as well. I think the 3 is the better price here.
Awesome. And I'll be playing Michael Brown over 30.5 points, rebounds, assists for Louisville here tonight. I do see Thomas bringing up Wemby. You got him at 2 threes at plus 115. Yeah, not a bad price at all with probably the drop coverage coming from Duren. Can't imagine he's going out on him on the 3 ball. So,
yeah, that's why I was saying they were missing Stewart earlier because he goes out there. He'll contest that, but I agree Duren probably won't. So that's a good look. I'll probably put a couple bucks on that today.
Yeah, I did play this as well. Cade double Rockets money line minus 110. That ain't a bad line at all. And then we'll talk MLB soon. I've already got a couple best balls already going right now on DraftKings. I'll be playing those. Getting myself ready for the season. A lot of new faces in the new places, so you got to make sure you do your homework before you start going in those. Should be fun. That Baltimore team should be good. I do like going with some of these stacks. I've been doing a lot more stacking this year. In my first couple, doing a decent amount of A's. I've been doing it in that little mini park over there.
Mm-hmm.
They're cheap. I'm getting those guys late. I got a couple with Rooker, Langoliers, Wilson, got a couple with Butler, Langoliers, just like filling spots that we need to. So, it's fun time. I'll be starting to do that. Obviously, I'm not going to do it too much because injuries / March Madness kind of taking my brain a little bit here. And then obviously World Baseball Classic starts very soon as well. Just not that I don't like it, but there are more spots for you to get hurt in those games as well. So just a heads up for us there.
Yeah, no, we'll have some MLB stuff. It'll just be right before season starts probably. But yeah, because I don't want to bet on a guy and they get hurt. You just feel like such shit, And same with best ball, you draft a guy, they're out. It's just a pain in the ass. So, and even if you just did it right before camp and they announced 4 guys broke their arm or whatever, that same little bone in their arm.
The hamate.
3 different guys. It's fuck. Imagine if you did a best ball before. You know what I mean? You'd be so bad. So it's we just gotta be a little patient. I know as someone during the NBA break, I'm just sitting around fuck it. Let me try to get some baseball futures out. And I'm it's good for content, but it's not good for the people. So I held back on it. But we'll have some of that at some point for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will be back on Wednesday. I think everything should be good there. Also, a much better slate. We have a lot of games to talk about on Wednesday for college and NBA, so that'll be fun. As always, if you guys could hit that like button, subscribe to YouTube so you know when we go live, as always. Also, if you can, go follow me on my new Twitter where this is going live. Still in talking to premium and trying to figure that shit out. But, you never know. You never know. And I'm not, it's not the end of the world. A lot worse things can happen to me in real life than losing a Twitter account. But we'll keep working on it and hopefully get that taken care of. But appreciate all the support as always from you guys, and we will be back on Wednesday, normal time, to talk some more basketball. So have a good one, guys. Best of luck, and we will see you on Wednesday.